Hey, what's going on YouTube? I just wanted to make a video today about how you can source items and sell them on eBay. Believe it or not, there are many opportunities on eBay to buy items and then turn around, take new pictures, and sell them for a profit after fees and shipping. This is something that I've done numerous times before, and matter of fact, used to be the main way that I would source and sell items. Personally, my focus has been in coins, as this is an area that I kind of specialize in. And the first time I did this was when I had got a 2-cent piece for $12 and I sold it for 25. And this is not, it wasn't the only time that I have done this. Take for example this lot of German coins that I paid $10 plus shipping for. I turned around and I sold it for $24 plus shipping. Believe it or not, I've actually tripled my money doing this before, where I bought this lot of 5 love tokens for $22.72 plus shipping, and I broke it apart. I sold the Buffalo Nickel one for $14.99 with free shipping, and the bottom 3 for, I took a Bex offer for $37, and the one on the top sold on the Facebook Marketplace, but all in all, I tripled my money with this lot. So now that you know that it is possible, I like to talk about why this occurs. So first off, it's extremely important to keep in mind that eBay has a very high volume of listings, where they have millions of items that sell each and every single day. Additionally, there are numerous factors that can make a good listing, where something as simple as having a poor image quality, or having an image that's kind of zoomed out, or not including everything that's being sold in a lot of items on the first picture, or not emphasizing various details and items of a listing can cause the listing to easily be sold for a price that's much less than what it should be going for. And like, for example, this right here, by looking at this image, you can't really see the details of all of what's being sold. I mean, there could be silver coins in there, but by just looking at this simple thumbnail, there couldn't be a single valuable coin in there. Additionally, because of the high volume, a lot of times coins just kind of go through the cracks. For example, for all you know, there could be semi-key dates, which are scarcer coins that are worth $6 or $7 in this slot right here. Or these could even be war nickels, which are 35% silver, which would make this grossly underpriced, but again, that's not obvious from the thumbnail or the title. Now, the sourcing method, although it's not going to cause your business to explode, it definitely is a good way that you can go about finding a few extra items to sell. And in order to do this, it requires a couple different things. And the most important thing is a specialized knowledge of something. You need to be able to look at a listing and look at items and have a good idea of roughly how much you would be able to sell these various items for. And you also need to be able to know this to the extent that to know if something is overpriced or underpriced. You also need to have the ability to look at a listing and understand if there are any attributes that you should focus on that the person that listed the item didn't focus on that would cause it to be worth more that other people could easily overlook. Where, for example, there could be a coin that's scarcer than all the other ones that are being listed that's worth $5 or $6, where every other coin is worth just 3 or 4 cents. Or there could be a hat, for example, or a Supreme t-shirt that's in a color or that has a specific emblem that's in high demand that causes this specific item to be worth more than other very similar items. Well, for example, I know that I could easily get 50 cents a piece for these coins right here. 1924 is a little bit of a better date for these coins, but it's very weak. But I should still be able to get about 75 cents for that coin. And this coin, I should be able to get about 80 cents for it. So all in all, I should be able to get about $23 for this group of coins right there. Even with taking the risk that these are a little bit sight unseen, which is a big problem because when you're listing items, you really need to make it to where the person that's buying it can evaluate all the details, which kind of creates an arbitrage opportunity, because if someone can't see all the details, but they have a good idea that the details are there. Where, for example, I can see the full date on this, and we can see the full date on this, and I know that even if there isn't, that 50 cents is assuming, at least is assuming that there are some full dates and other dates that are not full, which is a condition, which deals with the condition. I should be able to get about 50 cents a piece, where it would be around 70 cents a piece if they're all in the condition that this one right here, with the 1937 piece is, but more close to around 30 to 40 cents if there are some partial, or if there's some partial date pieces. So I should be able to get about $23 for this lot right here. After shipping and fees, I should be able to get about $12 for this, which means that I could reasonably place a bid of $11.25 and still be able to earn a profit by doing this without much of a problem at all. Go through, take one pictures, and earn a couple extra dollars. Now, when placing the bid, you want to be able to place it within the last 5 to 6, even 2 or 3 seconds of the listing, so you don't leave any opportunity for anybody else to outbid you. Also, it really helps. So I'm about to place the bid right here. And as you can see, I was outbid because somebody automatically had a higher bid. But that's kind of an example of how you would go about bidding for these type of items. And also, it's a good idea to have it kind of at an odd number, where instead of running it off to a quarter, like $11.25, maybe $11.22, as this will go long ways in kind of throwing off your competition and making yourself a little bit more competitive when placing the bid. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about how you go about finding these items. So so for this example, I'm going to use hats. So as a rough idea, as a rough rule of thumb, it's better to buy something at auction and sell it as a buy it now or a fixed price listing. As you can find auctions that are being overlooked and sell it at a fixed price to where you can know how much money you're going to be making. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a generic term such as hats. So you can have as many listings come up as possible, and you're going to want to have time ending soonest. So that way you'll really do a good job of catching a lot of catching the items that are being sold, but also you'll be able to go in and kind of snipe and bid for the items. And you're going to do it as auction. Now, there are other ways you can go about finding these listings. And we can go try to find items that have been newly listed as a fixed price, where somebody might not necessarily know what they had. And you could go about just looking for low quality images and just go about bidding for them whenever it gets time for the item to sell. But in general, you're going to want to have a large quantity of listings to sort through, and you're just going to go through and sort and look through the listings until you see an item that you feel is underpriced that you can sell for a profit after shipping and fees. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, this might not necessarily seem super ethical, because couldn't the person selling the item, go and do the same thing themselves? And realistically, they could, but you have to keep in mind that whenever an item is being sold at an auction and there's a bid, somebody has to sell it at that price. They're obligated to sell the item at hand at that price. And by going through and bidding on these items, you're paying more than what it would have gone for had you not been there to bid on the item in the first place. And there are going to be many situations where you are going to drive the price up even if you don't win the item, causing the sellers to get more money for the item than they would have if you weren't there bidding on the item in the first place. And this can be done for many categories. So yeah, I hope this helps, and I hope this gives you a new way to source and sell items for your eBay or Amazon inventory. Don't forget that you can also do this cross platforms too. It's just kind of food for thought. You can buy on eBay, sell on Facebook Marketplace. which is something I've done before. And I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and have a good day.